Welcome back to the Constant Complete Podcast, featuring myself, Spencer, and my co-host, Matt, with the NFL Gaming TV, and the Spaceman from another world, another time and place. Fiskake, how's it going?
Pretty good. How about you? Sorry. I'm noticing my green screen bullshit back here.
Yeah.
I come from the Planet Cake.
Down under.
That too. Hello. I'm
Planet Cake.
Beep boop, beep boop. Hail Satan. Whatever aliens,
Hail Satan.
whatever aliens say, I don't know. I'm so lost since I seen the Alien movie.
Take all your
games
plays
I
to
played.
us.
Games I play. I'll talk about that. Sure,
Yeah.
why not?
Yeah. Oh, you know, it's a novel idea.
Oh yeah. The usual streaming stuff. Didn't play anything on Tuesday. Been working on videos. Wednesday I played Warframe with Kelly from Super Hopped Up. Also, we're gonna starting next Tuesday. We're gonna bring back the Borderlands 2 thing since Borderlands 3 might be revealed at PAX. Who knows? Oh geez. So
Oopie doopie.
ride
Yeah,
that
we might
hype
actually
train.
have to play it.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably. Unfortunately,
Oh, dang it.
I know.
It's just
So-
like I just don't.
I hope they fix
Yeah.
some of the core issues.
The Borderlands 2 humor just doesn't
didn't
land
age
with
well.
me.
It definitely didn't age well. That was like a 1 year period where I was like, that's kind of funny. And then after that, I was like, yep.
Well, me as an intellectual, I never thought it was funny.
Wow. Okay.
Oh, ooh, somebody is cultured over here.
Yeah.
But let's see. Thursdays, I'm starting playing Titanfall 2, which is
The
like
multiplayer or the single player?
multiplayer. I'm playing the multiplayer.
Oh,
Me
you
and
and 8 other people.
no, there's like 3,000. Okay, on the PC. Thank you very much. It's a lot. I will say it's a lot easier finding matches on that than Hunt Showdown. That's
Ooh.
for sure. But I really enjoy it though. It's still a lot of fun. I have fun just fucking going around the speed of sound, shooting people, bringing in my giant monster machine to be destroyed in 10 seconds by people who've been playing this for like 2 years.
Yeah.
And have all
Sometimes.
the best strategies. Every once in a while I do okay. Like if I can like plan it perfectly, because there's kind of like a little meta where like, do you call the Titan out now? They have 2. You have like 4 people that could call their Titan, but nobody's called their Titans yet. Should you destroy their Titans first and then call your Titans? It's just like, okay,
That makes sense.
Well, it's a little Titan minigame.
yeah. Titan chicken. It's like, all right, who's gonna do it? Okay, well now we gotta
Walk,
kill you.
walk. That was a
Just
Titan
giant
saying.
robot. Yeah,
Yeah. Clucking.
I got it. The giant Titan was
I
speaking
just
like
thought
a
to pull
chicken.
a Spencer and explain the joke.
Oh,
That's
you
part of the
jump
humor.
canceled from a bad joke into making fun of Spencer. Your comedy levels have reached new heights.
Dude, that's like, I got so many points in that.
Yeah.
Deflect. Like,
Oh,
that
okay.
didn't land right. Turn it around.
You're doing it. You're living your dreams. But that still is a lot of fun. I've also been pain. I've been playing a lot of Devil May Cry 5 in my free time still, trying to just kind of go through the difficulties. And then I think eventually, by the time I get done with that, if I have a chance, Sekiro comes out like next Friday, so who knows? Fucking, there's too many fucking video games, guys. Make them stop, please.
Will Sekiro have an online multiplayer thing akin to Dead Souls? What the fuck?
Dark Souls?
Dark Souls. Yeah. Wow.
What is wrong with you?
Yeah, but is there an online thing similar to that, or is it just strictly single player?
I think if they do, it's going to be extremely light.
Yeah.
Because this is more,
It's more of a
Focused.
curated experience.
yeah.
Yeah.
You don't know. You can't make your own character.
Mm.
You are the dude.
That's true.
Oh,
So
so there's
we
no
kinda
classes or anything like that. I'm sure.
Well,
I'm sure there's-
there's different builds and stuff like that with your fake arm and shit.
Right.
But yeah, so that'd be cool to see. I was gonna say, oh, Devil May Cry 5. Going through the difficulties. I think eventually down the road, I'd like to just play through the Bloody Palace. Maybe try to get S rank on everything, because that game's just, it's fucking fun. It's just a lot of fucking fun. Really enjoy it. I I'm after like through the second playthrough, I've kind of noticed like, oh yeah, V's not that great. He was kind of cool at first because it's just like a nice change of pace from like Nero with like his 15 different arms, and then Dante, who has like a total of like 4 styles, 4 melee weapons, and 4 guns that have different styles and shit. It's like, I just want to be able, hold the lockdown button, hold my reading book button, and just kind of wiggle my thumb between the crow and panther button, and just kind of jiggle the joystick occasionally. And then whenever Nightmare is ready, I press the L1 to summon him while still reading the book, while still locked on, while still having crow and panther attack. But after like the second playthrough, it's like, okay, yeah, this is.
No, I got sick of V like 40 minutes into playing him.
Oh, really?
It's just,
It's not your type of.
Well, it's not fun.
Yeah.
At least to me, it's not fun watching other people do your combos. And you have such little control over what they're actually doing. Like, in a sense, like, you're just like, do this. Like, there's no, like, it's not fun. You're basically just watching them do shit while you hold buttons.
Yeah,
that's what he's talking about. He's like, yeah,
I know. Yeah.
After doing that, it's nice to have a rest, I guess, right?
Man.
But his sections are long. At least they feel long because they're so
probably because you're not enjoying
boring.
it. Yeah,
probably. Yeah, I would say that's probably the huge reason. Imagine playing through the mission without the speed upgrade. Oh god.
Or playing through the mission without your bird doing anything.
That too. But that was a fun little glitch. I forgot about that. Thank you for reminding me.
Yeah, his bird stopped working.
For like an entire level. It was just,
and a boss fight.
Damn.
And the only thing that fixed it was the game itself crashed, I think, if I remember correctly, and I had to restart it. So I was like, okay. Basically it was acting like it was charging up for its like electric attack. But didn't do anything besides like fly around me like it's supposed to, just normally, but it's just like constantly flying around your head. It's like charging up. It's like
it was a very persistent bug because it would continue to do it even after Fiskate killed the bird like 3 times on purpose.
Restarted the checkpoint.
Like it was very, very persistent.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So I got lucky there, but hard mode, no bird mode, any percentage. But I'm trying to think of anything else of note. If you're watching this and you enjoyed Warframe or Titanfall, well, that too, probably. I wish. I'm hoping. No, if you're watching this, fingers crossed. One of these days, the sweet Lord will take me. If I just chug enough energy drinks, I have to die. That's all there is to it.
Speaking of,
sorry. Wednesday, Thursdays. I'm Warframe Wednesdays, Titanfall 2 Thursdays, 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. If you are interested in playing those games or doing those things, hit me up. If you're watching this and you're like, oh yeah, okay, cool. So that is it for me this week. What have you two been up to?
Well, two. As I guess speaking about our Into the Veil first, get that out of the way. We played some more Condemned. You were there, you remember. And we did something a little different this time around. So Matt was trying to set it up because the first time we played Condemned, I had to sit in his chair so that I could use the mouse and keyboard. And I was like, well, if we could try to find out a way of at least being able to have it be playable on a controller, that would be preferable because that way everyone's in their usual spot. And it's...
it was a bitch.
Yeah.
Fiskate was there while I was doing it. It was stupid.
I'm trying to set it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, and eventually what ended up happening was the controller got about 80% of the way put together. All the buttons were mapped, but we could not figure out how to get the sticks to actually move the character. Like, we set it up, we put the things, it should have worked, and it just didn't work. And we were running out of time because the stream had to start, so Matt had this kind of
kooky idea.
Random idea. Like, well, what if we just... Because I think we were testing it, and what if we just had Matt move, and then I'll do all the button presses, and I think you ended up doing specifically running and sometimes kicks.
Moving, yeah, sometimes kicks and sometimes taser.
and sometimes taser. Yeah, and then I would do all the shooting, all the item grabbing, and interacting with things and stuff like that. So I held the controller and pressed buttons, and then Matt did all the moving, and we had to like become
Once we acclimated, ho 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 ho.
like it was like one person playing. It's like we were in a Jaeger. Okay, it was great. It was kind of sick because we were getting headshots and shit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we were kicking ass. We died like what 3 or 4 times in the very beginning.
Trying to get
Yeah.
acclimated.
Yeah, trying to get acclimated, but once we got acclimated, it was easy.
You were also fighting those giant guys that are kind of a pain in the ass to begin with. There's like 3 of them that showed up out of nowhere. It's like, oh, okay, great.
Yeah.
Great
Good
first
time
try.
to test this.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Trial by fire.
But yeah, once we figured that out, it was weird. So for me, I had no control over where Matt was aiming, and so I had to just know Matt's always going to go for this. I just know it. He's always going to prioritize a headshot, probably, unless he's scared. Then it's body shots. But I had to just know, okay, like watch the reticle, and as soon as he gets anywhere near a head, just take a shot. And it seemed to work out pretty well. And we went through whole areas where it was like, it really didn't feel like after a while, I started to not notice as much that I wasn't controlling where he was shooting. I was just shooting or aiming or
synchronized
hitting.
Jaeger status.
Yeah, it was pretty. It elevated the game. Like
Yeah, the game was a lot more fun. The game still sucks.
oh yeah, it's
Oh,
a
yeah.
terrible game, but it was more fun of an environment and an experience with that kind of little edge,
Yeah.
little different. Ooh, this is nifty.
And
So-
it gave you even more kudos. You had like an entire like firefight like later, like towards the end of the stream with like 4, 5 guys, and you didn't die.
Yeah, which was crazy because I was.
impressive,
It got a little hairy there
Yeah.
for a short bit. We kind of dropped the ball like in 1 or 2 places, but we made it out, and I think just about as good as I probably would have done by myself. Probably better. I don't know. It was nuts. It was fun.
Yeah.
So we did that.
That was a lot of fun.
And then
Monday, Tuesday, Stardew.
yeah, we played Stardew Valley with Rogue Ridge Gaming. That game's pretty fun.
I forgot about Dead Island. Yeah. Oops. That's fine.
Oh. Fistcake played Die Island with Coulter from Rogue Ridge Gaming, and apparently is fun enough to continue to do. So
It's just that we make the fun in the game basically,
Right.
where I either drive through piers in a truck and Coulter's like, we probably can't do this. I'm like, you're wrong. And surprisingly enough, he was wrong. So that's about.
nice.
That's
It's always
about
good when
as
it
good as
happens.
gets. Yeah.
When you're like, I don't fully like believe what I just said, but I'm still gonna do it. Oh shit,
yeah.
I was right. Sick.
Yeah, so, how I live my life, baby. Let's go.
Yeah, but we play Stardew Valley, and that game's fun, and I feel like it's definitely one of those games that is more fun with people because I noticed.
Well,
That-
you know, it was predominantly single player. They added a multiplayer later.
Yeah, it's weird because I remember it being primarily single player initially, and I don't know. I don't know that I would play it single player.
I mean, like I tried, but it was just kind of boring. To
It
me.
seems a little shallow.
I don't think it's shallow. I don't.
I think it's shallow in the places where I want it to not be shallow. I think the system where you grow a bunch of food, but then you never have to eat food. Instead, you just have energy of like working all day. And then you can make food, but you don't eat it. You just sell everything or give them to people. Like it's weird. Like you
Yeah,
just
but I
grow all
think
this
you can
stuff and
also-
like there's no like self anything that you do. It's all about like making relationships with the NPCs and then selling it in your box. So that
I was
part
about to
felt
say,
weird to me.
I think at some point you can like craft stuff or like at least make yourself food if you get the right foods and whatnot. But it's basically Harvest Moon.
Yeah, I never played Harvest Moon.
Yeah,
so.
me
Well, then
neither.
yeah, they probably I mean, if you didn't care for it back then, I don't know if you care for it now. But if you're playing it now and you enjoy it, then that's cool. But
Yeah,
this
I
is
mean,
definitely a huge homage to that.
right. I think outside of that like little bit, it's pretty fun. I like how you can level up all your stuff, and we're just about to get to the point where you can branch off to different things and kind of like make your character unique compared to everybody else just by like a little bit. And I've been waiting for that because so far it's just been we're all doing the same thing.
Not me. I haven't been fishing at all. Fuck that game.
The
You
fishing
don't like
game?
the fishing?
Yeah, I don't like the mini game.
It actually makes it gets like what Coulter was saying is true. Like the higher levels you get, it actually goes easier on you.
Yeah, until you have to catch higher tier fish.
Yeah.
Then it's the same.
Right. Okay. But yeah. So I mean, no, I was just saying. Right. Okay.
I just made a face, dude.
Yeah. Well,
Maybe it wasn't at you.
It wasn't me.
I was
Who
just
else would
making
it
a
be
face
at,
for fun.
Huh? Yeah, but Stardew Valley was fun. We played that both Monday and Tuesday, and we'll probably be doing that, of course, this upcoming week, Monday or Tuesday. I don't know which day. Matt, you played some more Devil May Cry and then Hades on Friday.
Yeah, dude, Hades is so good. I beat 2 runs. Hell yeah, brother. Hey, brother. And I beat another run with extra hard modifiers on it, and then I unlocked a statue that didn't really do anything.
But you got enough money to buy a poster of Aphrodite.
Ooh, Aphrodite. I've been trying to get that for like 3 weeks. You basically had to start your run like with there's a what the fuck are they called? Keepsake, where it gives you 200 gold, and then you just have to like mainline gold rooms. You're like, Ares, I ain't got time for you right now. I'm trying to get this poster. So you're like, I'm going to the gold room, and
yeah, and it costs like 500 gold, right?
500 gold.
And so you basically kind of tank a run for the purposes of getting gold to buy the poster.
Yeah,
Yeah.
at least at my skill level.
But it's a pretty good poster.
Does it give you any boosts or anything?
No. It's just for your room. It's
just
cosmetic.
a cosmetic.
Oh.
If you saw
Gotcha.
Aphrodite, you'd be like, it's worth.
I'll take 10.
How much
Cover
time
my
do you actually
entire wall.
spend in your room while playing the game, though?
I mean, you pass through it when you're going to the thing, and then you have to do all your stats and stuff there.
Get you a game where you will gladly go to the nth degree to get something that otherwise would be
Like, I don't know what this game just has. It's like hooks. I'm just like, I'm in. It's like, hey, you want this Aphrodite poster? If it's 500 gold, you gotta do a bunch of weird shit to
Gotta go out of
make
your
sure
way.
that go out of your way to get it. I'm like, fuck.
All right, cool.
Every run, I'm like, hell yeah. Can I get that Aphrodite poster? Like, I'm in. They added 2 new first floor bosses. First one I sight read and beat it, and then the second run I got destroyed by a different boss. But that's nice, and it mixes up the shit.
Yeah, it's cool. You almost beat the game. Matt was showing me a run because had never even like seen hardly any of the game just the other day, and you almost beat it that run. That game overall, like the runs aren't that long. So far, because I think they're still adding on to
or
it.
20, 25 minutes or something.
Yeah, I think they're still, of course, adding on to it, so it's probably going to get longer. But it was shorter than I expected. And what I mean by that is not time, but amount of areas.
Yeah.
But
yeah, it's super sick. Like
super like there's a ton of choices you get to make, which is really cool.
Mm-hmm.
Like especially in the very beginning of a run, like you're almost right away you're picking between 2 different gods to get their boons, and then like almost immediately after that there's another choice, and then later on the god comes back and he's like, you picked someone else's boons, like what's up? I thought we had a thing, and you're like, oh, I'm sorry. And, like, there's a constant dialogue between you and the gods that grows throughout the run.
Yeah, that grows. Sometimes they'll even have you like the huntress lady
Artemis.
Yeah, was like, hey, I need you to, like, if you see Achilles, tell him like he's sick as hell. So I go back and I whatever die and go back to the main place and talk to Achilles, and they just have like this little conversation about Artemis, which I thought was, because it's such a throwaway line, because you talk to the gods no matter what, like in the beginning. So it was cool that they're like, oh,
Such a small detail.
Yeah,
paid
if
off.
you see watch his bucket and tell him that, and you go, all right, I guess I will.
And then you actually do it.
Yeah.
Unlike Ash, when he leaves one of his Pokemon behind or leaves a city and says he'll come back someday and never does.
He's
The fuck
heartless.
Ash. Anyways, and then we played.
I love that game.
Yeah, we played Smash, of course, this weekend. Ultimate and Melee, both like really good days. I think for Melee today, I didn't perform great, but we had a lot of crazy moments, which was really fun. And then, yeah, Smash Ultimate was fun too. The main thing that I want to talk about before we go into the stories here is we've been playing, I think we mentioned this last time, but we've been playing Legend of Dragoon. and we've finally gotten to the second disc of the game.
Nice.
13 hours of gameplay to get to the second disc. And there was much more than I thought there was going to be for a first disc.
First disc, yeah.
Because like if you play Final Fantasy VIII, I think the first 7 hours is on the first disc.
Yeah, they also have full length like VMAs, Video Music Awards, FMVs.
FMVs. Yeah, that's true. They have more, I guess, real estate taken up by actual like videos. Yeah, there's not very many cutscenes in Legend of Dragoon that use rendered graphics. You have the intro, and then there's like
we've had one
additional one or so and it was short.
Yeah, and it was mostly like words and stuff. It wasn't really like a movie.
And then most of the time it's just in-game graphics with kind of like a cinematic, vibe.
Yeah.
But I mean the game's great. We've never gotten this far in the game before, which is a lot of fun. Even when we were making episodes for it, we just passed by where we were in the series on the channel. And I mean, we're not going to start recording or anything like that, but I'd never gotten this far because we had either just stopped before getting there, or I think we had a problem last time. Last time we were playing it, there was a consistent issue with the emulation of the game where, if people don't know, when you're fighting, each character has a different series of abilities that do button that like their main attack is like a button input game.
They're pretty much QTEs.
Yeah, but the QTEs are like difficult. They're time based. Like you have to really internalize them to be able to get them consistently. And some of them are harder than others. Looking at you, Lavitz.
Yo, don't take his name in vain.
Lavitz is really difficult, but really rewarding when you get it. I got his Gust of Wind Dance one done once. There's 6 moves, and it fucks with the timing. Like it's like normal speed, really slow, immediately super fast, slow, and it's just like and if you miss it, that's it. You just don't do the damage, and you got to wait till the next time you have a chance to attack. There's no training. You can't go somewhere and fight a dummy to do it. You got to do it in battle, trial and error. It's nuts.
Classic Kenny Lavitz.
Yeah, Kenny Lavitz. Oh, okay. So, have you played Legend of Dragoon? Do you ever care to play it?
It's been a long time, but I mean, it's fine. Whatever you're gonna say, go ahead.
I'm just gonna say before the end of the at the end of the first disc, Lavitz. Our boy doesn't make it.
Yeah, he dies.
Oh, is he the mentor that dies?
No mentor.
He's
just your bro.
He's just your bro.
Oh, he's your bro that
He's
dies.
just like your homie. I always liked him.
Yeah, he's your
I
first
never
party
knew
member.
he died until we played the YouTube series.
Yeah. And I think that episode's called Good Night, Sweet Prince.
Look it up.
And
and it's crazy because
my bro.
It's in a cutscene, and he's trying to save like his king, which is also like one of his best friends. They grew up together, and he just like turns into a dragoon while going after this guy, and the guy just fucking pulls out the sword from beneath his cloak and just fucking catches him off guard. It's nuts.
Jesus Christ!
It's kind of like the Aerith death.
Yeah, it like legitimately kind of like comes out of nowhere. You don't expect him to die because he's the first character you have in your party. He's such an integral part of the storyline because he's like this knight, and you're trying to save his king and all this stuff. And then after he dies, King Albert joins your group and becomes a dragoon in his place.
Yeah, it's fucked up.
Oh, I kind of do remember that because, like, I think I do remember that for some reason. Something about the transition.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
well, at least you get a replacement. You don't. When you lose Ares, you get nobody.
It's 1-to-1. All the stats are the same.
Oh, yeah, you just replaced a human being. Who was my boy?
What's crazy is all the stats are the same down to like what dragoon level you've reached.
Yeah, but his QTEs are different.
But all the QTEs are different. So he has all the same, they call them additions, but all the same attacks, almost the same names throughout. I think one of them is slightly different. Or maybe it's one of his dragoon abilities is named differently.
Kingly Dance of Wind.
Yeah, but then the actual like performing of them, they just changed animation and everything. And so I'm like, oh, what is this? What happened?
This is new shit. Fuck.
But and so his shit's still hard.
Oh yeah, his shit is definitely the hardest so far.
But yeah, really having a really good time with the game.
Good. Yeah. It's always fun to play those old JRPGs every once in a while. Just like, simpler times.
I've been meaning to beat it for like, I don't know, 15,
10 years?
20 years. Yeah. But let's move on to our first topic of the day. Earlier than like the last 50 episodes, probably, which is crazy.
At least 10.
So Valve is making a change to its review system, and they're going to start targeting off-topic review bombs in Steam user reviews. So it says it's refining its It's refining its approach to how customer reviews are handled on Steam, announcing today that it plans to identify and remove off-topic review bombs that might affect user review scores. So, because review bombing has been such a long-standing problem for digital storefronts, Valve has been trying to combat their impact on Steam with other methods. And so we've seen this in the past. They'll like kind of legacy a bunch of reviews to be able to have it be, you know,
like this is, all these happened in a week span because it was a bad update or some shit.
Right. And like, okay, after the new update now, here, we're gonna
more
archive
recent
all
ones.
those. Here's ones has to do with the new update type scenario. But to date, Valve has still factored those reviews into the game's overall score. But let's see here.
I've also noticed that when I go to look at reviews and stuff like that, games will be out like on the new and trending page, and I know that they're like popular games, like Baba Is You, and it only has 337 reviews. Like some of them like don't make any sense.
Like, why is this showing up in the new and trending?
Well, no, it's not that it's new and trending. It's that there's so little reviews.
Yeah, like,
and then you go to like top selling, right? And then you go to like Grand Theft Auto has 400,000 recently. This isn't total,
yeah.
but and then like this just released and it only has 1,000 views.
Yeah, 972.
For the Sid Meier's expansion. A lot of like it just is weird. It
It's-
seems like it's been really slow, like to update the reviews. I noticed.
Yeah, that is strange. What they started doing now, or what they're going to start doing, is no longer counting reviews that they deem to be a part of a review bomb that are off topic from actually just reviewing the game. They're going to not count those as a part of the score. And so one of the questions is, the obvious question, how do they deem something off topic? And they explained in this statement here. We define off topic review bomb as one where the focus of those reviews is on a topic that we consider unrelated to the likelihood that future purchasers will be happy if they buy the game, and hence not something that should be added to the review score. So obviously there's a gray area because there's a wide range of things that players care about. So how will we identify these off topic review bombs? The first step is a tool we've built that identifies any anomalous review activity on all games on Steam in as close to real time as possible. It doesn't know why a given game is receiving an anomalous review activity, and it doesn't even try to figure that out. Instead, it notifies a team of people who will then go and investigate. We've already run our tool across the entire history of reviews on Steam, identifying many reasons why games have seen periods of anomalous review activity, and off-topic review bombs appear to only be a small number of them. And they said that some topics closely tied to games, specifically digital rights management software and end-user license agreements, will fall under the off-topic category. So that's interesting. So if people are upset about the game having de novo, then if they make reviews about it, a negative review because it has de novo, then it's not going to be counted as a part of the score anymore. So that's...
Yeah, that's weird. We'll have to see how that shakes out.
Yeah, apparently they had a lot of long debates about what, like whether or not those should be included or not, but they, in the end, decided to not include them for the time being. But yeah, so
I think they're just trying to avoid another China review bomb situation.
yeah, I mean, Jesus, that was
And then plus everybody else review bombing games for dumb shit.
yeah. So I mean, I'm glad that they're trying to come up with unique ways to do it, and it's just going to be a growing period where it's going to be weird.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. It's like, oh, well, does this count? Oh, no. Okay, fine. Whatever.
And so then the other story having to do with Steam and Valve also includes Epic Games. So Valve doesn't sound too happy. This is what the article's called. Valve doesn't sound too happy about the Epic Store copying Steam data. So at the time of this this article, so 2 days ago, the previous day they had also made an article that was saying that the Epic Store client was copying a Steam user data file called localconfig.vdf. According to Epic, the client stores a local encrypted version of the file and does nothing with it unless you opt to import your Steam friends, at which point it sends only hashed friend IDs to Epic servers. The issue with that is, and we'll get to that in a second, is that, of course, that's not what everyone else uses when you want to do when you want to sync your Steam friends. You usually use the Steam API to do that, and apparently that's what that's designed for. And according to Valve, you're not supposed to be using this local thing because it has other data in there. And even though Epic says that they're only using it for the list of people, they still have access to all that other data too.
Yeah, it's weird, dude. Because a lot of people are like, Epic is owned by Tencent, and like they're kind of extremely shady.
Yeah, there's a statement here kind of talking about that. It says Epic CEO Tim Sweeney said that this process was a rush job designed in the early days of Fortnite, that it's going to be fixed. He also said that Epic Store doesn't use the Steam API due to Epic's own user privacy concerns, not regarding Steam's API in particular, but because of a general concern of APIs collecting more data than expected. So they don't use. So apparently that's like a legacy bit of thing that they had put together
The
before.
old, we got caught lie.
Yeah. Oh no, this is old. We just haven't fixed it.
We knew about it. We'll just don't worry about it.
Yeah.
But we're also
fine.
not using the API because we don't agree with how the API does with our data. But we're going to use their data thing. Yeah.
I don't know. It's weird, dude.
It is weird. But yeah, so now you're aware, and don't know what as a consumer we should be worried about specifically with that, but data is important.
Just be worried. Just have anxiety gnawing at the back of your mind.
Just a general feeling of dread.
Just uneasiness constantly creeping in your sight. Just always
outside
at the edge
of the
your brain.
usual level of dread that just life provides you with nowadays. Of course.
Enhanced dread. It's a secret.
Matt just named this next section.
No, Fizzcake named it.
Oh, Fizzcake name is Pierre Taki's Cocaine Adventures.
Oh yeah.
So the next thing that is up here is there's a voice actor in Japan, and I know I've been talking about the last couple. So Fizzcake, did you want to talk about this one specifically?
Oh sure. So basically, Pierre Taki, he's a voice actor in Japan.
French Japanese man.
Most likely, that's a very astute
Nani.
guess.
Oui, Nani.
I'm sure he does do that too. I'm absolutely sure. That's why they hired him, because he can do so many languages. Is the reason.
Right, French and Japanese.
But but apparently that was enough to save him from his cocaine habits, because Japan found out that he dabbles in a little bit in the nose candy, and now he is like being completely nuked out of existence on everything he's worked on, which
is
includes
crazy.
Yeah. Which is just nutty.
Which, yeah, I didn't know Japan hated drugs this much. Like, he's facing what is it, 7 years in jail or prison or
Well,
something
they
like
still
that.
blur their porn. So could
Well-
you imagine what cocaine does?
Oh my God, blurs their life.
My God. I guess I never actually noticed it. I mean, I played a lot of Yakuza games, and now I'm trying to think back, like, oh yeah, did they ever talk about doing drugs in Yakuza? I can't remember.
I think they definitely do.
I mean, they talk about drinking alcohol,
Mhm.
but I don't know. I mean, from what I remember watching you play it, I don't remember them specifically talking about like
they
I
talk
get
about
that
prostitution as well.
there's prostitution, but drugs specifically. That's interesting. What's crazy is like this type of thing never happens. Like not only is so for instance the two games that we're talking about here, Yakuza, what is it called, Judgment something?
Yeah, no, it's not. It's called Judgment Eyes, if I remember correctly. No, it's just called Judgment.
Yeah,
it's basically
and that's a Yakuza game, right?
It's
not a Yakuza
spin-
game. It's made by the.
It's a spin-off. It's basically you're
okay.
playing as like a detective in Kamurocho instead of you're on the other side of the law, even though
that's
technically in
nifty.
Yakuza I think you're actually in the Yakuza for like maybe half of a game. It seems like a lot of the Yakuza games is like, here's like, all right, I'm in the Yakuza. Oh, now I got to get out of the Yakuza to save the Yakuza. Okay. Well, now I'm the leader of the Yakuza, but I'm not going to do that anymore. I'm going to raise kids and orphans.
Accusing me? I'm accusing you.
Oh, great. Now I'm back in the Yakuza again. Gotta save some lives. Oh,
Here
God.
I
I got my
go.
Yakuza koozie.
My Yakuzis. But, yeah, so basically, Pierre Taki is getting, like, for Kingdom Hearts 3, I don't think what did they say about Kingdom Hearts 3?
It's nuts. Like they got a whole nother voice actor to completely replace him. They're doing an update where he's just going to have a different voice actor now.
Okay,
for Olaf.
So
And-
Kingdom
and
Hearts
the
3
first
for
portion.
Japan, that's what they're doing. But for Judgment and in general, they are taking the time to like actually halt sales of the game, and I make sure and like work on basically replacing him or revoicing him or something. Let's see here. But the problem is he's like a main character in the Judgment game. So who
Yeah.
knows what they're gonna do? I don't know. Current repair. Yeah.
It just seems like way more like why are the game companies it's like is the entire, Japanese, social vibe where like, oh god, you had that guy in your game? Like that's crazy. He did cocaine. That's going to taint his performance in a way that I'm definitely going to care about, Like
I'm just
it
impressed
seems
that
weird.
I'm just impressed the guy who plays Majima was like never accused of having cocaine or anything. The fucking
I guess-
crazy guy.
It's the difference between doing cocaine and getting caught doing cocaine.
I guess, man. But
Aren't we all there?
That's
story
crazy.
of my weekend.
It's such an extreme thing. Yeah, sure. He it was crazy. Is he's probably only going to do what were you saying, like 7 years? So
Can be sentenced up to 7
yeah,
years.
he
Up
said
to
this
7
up to
years,
7
yeah.
years. So okay, he's going to be in prison for 7 years, and then he's going to get out and also not have any of his work be recognized because it's more than a 7-year sentence. And if you
Well,
think
I
about
mean,
it.
we don't know. Maybe once in Japan, the culture is once you do the time, you're all right.
So he gets out and he's like, okay, now we'll
I don't know. I'm just guessing.
Kingdom Hearts 3 just does another update. All right, he's out, guys.
All right, he's fine. Carry on.
Yeah.
No, I mean, I think with this, it's just going to be, we're going to see what they do, I guess. But for now, they're suspending sales. And the crappy part is, well, let's see, Judgment is scheduled to hit PlayStation. Yeah, it's supposed to, like, Judgment was supposed to come out on June 25th this year in North America. But now we're not even for sure if that will happen or if they're going to do something different. So, don't do cocaine in Japan. I know a lot of our viewers, our group, fucking
avid.
love doing the nose candy in the bathrooms with the cocaine fingernail.
At a fucking freaking karaoke place in
Karaoke
Japan
bar.
In
Yeah,
Japan.
on
Pachinko
Fridays.
machines. Yeah.
Oh, the goddamn pachinkos. That's what it is. That's always the pachinko's fault.
Yeah, he was doing that so he could stay up longer so he could keep doing pachinkos. That's what it was.
It's just crazy that this dude gets this much trouble for doing cocaine, and then in like the Berserk manga, a horse rapes a woman.
Well, all right. You gotta.
I'm just saying.
You gotta draw
It's
the
just weird that this dude did cocaine, didn't kill anybody.
Whoa! I didn't even realize he was just arrested for suspicion. He hasn't even been charged.
Well,
Not
reportedly
yet.
tested positive for cocaine based on a urine sample.
Possession or use of cocaine carries a prison sentence of up to 7 years in Japan. Yeah, no, it's even though Japan has like all their porn censored or whatnot, they're actually more relaxed about sexuality and whatnot. It's just for some reason they're just really stingy about some stuff, and other stuff they're like, yeah, fucking I don't know, have the horse rape the kid. I mean, who gives a shit, It's whatever.
Yeah.
Horse, it's just horse
It's just
rape.
so weird.
Yeah, I didn't see this line where it says apparently artists arrested for drug-related crimes are often scrubbed from creative works, and so this isn't something new for Japan, at least.
Yeah.
This is something that apparently is a thing.
It's a thing, and we just now heard about it. I was like, oh, what the fuck? Okay, cool. Right. So, yeah. Rip my summer.
Right. Yeah, that sucks, dude. And the reason why you were getting that confused with the name of the game was I was looking at it, and the Japanese version of the game is Judge Eyes. And then
Judge
the
Eyes,
Western
yeah,
release
okay.
is Judgment. And you were saying Judgment Eyes. You're putting them together.
Yeah. I know it was like something nice at some point, and then it was like fucking Judgment, and then it's like, but they had like a whole another like subtitle to it. I'm like, whatever. It's Yakuza's Detectives.
Right. So our next story here has to do with Google. So Google is having its first ever GDC keynote next week. Here's what to expect. So they're making a big play in gaming next week. But that's literally as far as our knowledge about what specifically they're going to be talking about is. But it is assumed that they're going to be talking a lot about their cloud gaming, and
Because apparently the Assassin's Creed Odyssey shit like worked really well.
sick.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're streaming cloud-based shit.
Well, yeah, if you
Yeah,
get
that's-
offered a free new game to try out a thing, well, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, no, I'm talking about the connection and stuff like that.
Oh,
Apparently,
yeah,
like
okay.
it just worked really well.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, and so and the significance of this is that
Of course it worked well. They bribed everybody. Why wouldn't it? Duh.
Yeah, why wouldn't it work well?
My business model would be great if I bribed everybody too. God damn it. Okay. Sorry.
yeah, the significance
Capitalism.
of this is that in the past they haven't really like given
They've never done this.
yeah then well they've never just had like a conference that they've gone to and spoken about their stuff. They just kind of done things. So this is the first time that they're going to actually go and be like, hey, this is what we're doing. In the world of gaming, Google is now literally
Throwing their hat in.
actually doing that now. So that's going to be cool. It's going to be at GDC, and yeah, there's not a whole bunch of more specific information. This guy wrote a lot about nothing, really.
Yeah.
The article is way too long for what's actually happened.
That's just a lot of speculation, and so it's not like
yeah.
anything concrete, but we do know about one other information piece.
Yes. So something that is concrete. The former Ubisoft and EA studio head Jade Raymond is joining Google as the new vice president.
Oh, do you think she made Raymond? Oh my
No,
god.
That's John Raymond.
Oh,
yeah,
John
dude,
Raymond. Sorry.
Of course, that's John Raymond, and that's Nintendo, anyways.
Sorry.
Oh, is that
No,
PlayStation?
It's,
Fuck.
No, it's neither.
I think it was.
Rayman?
I'm pretty sure it's
Raymond.
Ubisoft.
Yeah.
Really? Oh shit, he got his reference right, and I fucked it up. Okay. Damn
You
it.
son of a bitch.
It's like I'm smarter than you.
What's interesting? Okay. So
Jesus.
I'm just gonna ignore that because
That was just me.
I don't entertain lies. But so it says here in the subtitle of this article that Raymond will be vice president at Google, but then right underneath that in the actual article it says game industry veteran Jade Raymond has joined Google in an undisclosed role. The very first line.
Oh, it doesn't say she's gonna be VP.
Yeah, it says that. Okay,
I'm excited
at the very
to
top.
finally be able to share that I have joined Google as VP. She tweeted this.
Yeah,
She
so
doesn't have a check mark.
she's not verified.
She's not even verified. She's not real. It is John Raymond.
So, yeah, it comes just a week before the tech giant is set to announce a new gaming initiative at the annual Game Developers Conference. So I decided to put this in the list of articles to talk about because it makes sense that a former studio head from two video game like giants joining Google would prompt a further step into the gaming realm.
Yeah, they also grabbed somebody else.
John
Some
Raymond.
other dude from a PlayStation. Google hired Jack Buser,
Oh,
who was a
Oh.
senior director at Sony's game streaming unit and led the PlayStation platform's
Wow.
social efforts before that.
so he was the senior director of the streaming unit, and they're doing the Google like cloud stuff for cloud gaming.
Yeah.
Oh, they're making
too bad
big
they
moves.
didn't work on PS Now. I've never had any problems with it. I don't know why I'm throwing shade.
All right,
I don't
Matt,
think
did
it's
you want to?
terrible.
Some other people threw shade, but they had problems with it. But every time I
I
used
will
it, it was
say
fine.
with the PlayStation like streaming stuff, I've kind of had problems, especially with like the Vita to PS4 thing. Like, oh yeah, you can play your PS4 on the Vita, but you gotta have like fucking the best internet connection in the world, and you have to be 10 feet away from the PlayStation or be hooked up into the fucking Wi-Fi network or whatever, like 10 feet away from the router. And the PlayStation thing for your computer you can play. I can't remember what it's called. I think it's just called Remote Play. That's okay as well. It actually works
I
surprisingly
used that.
well.
It was okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, their PS Now service. Anytime they have like for like $1 for like a month or whatever, I grab it.
Yeah,
Nice.
Play
It's usually
PlayStation
pretty
3
fun.
games.
Yeah, and they play fine.
Yeah,
Like we haven't had any real issues.
they look kind of like dog shit.
Yeah, some like certain games like
I
did
tried to
not
play
stream well.
Injustice 2. Not Injustice. It's the other one. Infamous. Infamous, dude, that game was like absolute dog shit.
But was it smooth?
It was pretty smooth.
I would say, yeah, it's interesting because when it comes to streaming a game, I definitely would prefer that the game just work first before graphics become a thing. I think that's the appropriate way to go over it. Lately, things have been kind of weird with game design, and for some reason, companies have been like, we're gonna focus super hard on like this thing, and then just decide to say fuck frames,
RTX on.
yeah, and things like that. I'm like, what is happening? Like, why are companies? I mean, is it really that hard to push frames? I don't know.
Well, yeah. I mean,
I guess
have
4K 's
realistic lighting and 4K textures. It might be a little different.
Well,
or
that's the thing.
difficult to
Most of them don't
push
even have
frames.
4K textures. It's just like, I don't
A lot
know.
of games are offering 4K display now.
Just do 3K, just 1K less. It's fine.
Oh my God, I accidentally like put my thing all the way to the very top of
Yeah,
our
fucking
thing.
nerd.
Anyways, so Matt, you wanna talk about
Yo, fucking
Halo?
Halo's coming to PC.
Let's
The Master
go.
Chief Collection. It's going to Steam, not to Epic.
Yeah.
You know, and Epic was
because
like,
because Epic couldn't pay enough money to make them do that. Which apparently there's another article that I didn't talk about or bring up today because it was just small, but I'll mention it right now. They absolutely, literally are just paying companies to keep their games on Epic and not put them on Steam.
yeah, it's called
Oh, that's-
exclusivity.
Yeah.
Well, like
They've been doing that
they
literally
confirmed that
since
they
they
were
announced.
Yeah, well, I'm just saying it's the first time that they really confirmed that yes, we're like literally just paying companies to do it. I mean, why else would there be an article about it? I'm just saying.
Nothing.
Okay.
Continue, Matt.
That was just okay.
Halo.
Halo.
Halo. It's coming
Yeah,
out.
so they're putting the Master Chief Collection on Steam, and then they're gonna add Halo Reach to it, which is cool. I liked Halo Reach.
Yeah.
I think the multiplayer for Halo 3 was better, but Halo Reach is good.
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, that's interesting. They're going to be doing them. They're going to be releasing one by one, not all at the same time.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean that's super sick.
And I mean, like Halo Combat, like Halo 1 was already on PC, but it wasn't on Steam, right?
Yeah.
It's not on Steam right now. So that's going to be. I mean, that was already on PC, but now it's actually going to be coming to Steam.
I think Halo 3 was also on PC.
I don't
It's
think
like
so.
Halo 2 maybe, and like Halo Forge edition or whatever.
Yeah, I don't remember Halo 3 being on PC. Otherwise, I think we would be playing that.
It was a weird, like a, I don't know. It was weird. It was either Halo 1 and 2 or no. Yeah,
Well, I think Halo Forge is kind of like based off the Halo 3 engine or whatever, if that makes sense. But it's just like a whatever that is, like a game maker thingy, my bob.
Oh, okay, yeah. Halo 2 was on PC.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then anything after that was not. Which makes sense because you know when Halo 3 was coming out, they were really pushing their Xbox Live stuff and all that. So
Yeah.
And you also won't need Xbox Gold to play it online.
yeah, that's
shit.
nuts.
That's
The
weird.
first time we're ever playing a Halo game online without having to have
Gold.
Gold.
Literally, pretty much the only reason why I ever had Gold
yeah,
was to play
100%.
Halo and Call of Duty online.
yeah.
Back in the olden days.
Back in the old days. Yeah, I'm excited. We're probably definitely gonna be playing a lot of it. So
Yeah, we really wanted to play that Halo Online one, but
until they started DMCing
which now
everything.
it all
makes,
makes sense. They struck it because
Yeah.
they're like, you're invading our territory.
and I'm fine as long as the games perform well. I mean,
Yeah,
I
right.
think we'll still try them, right? Halo 1, man.
Yeah, I don't really want to play Halo 1 at all.
Well, Halo 1, I used
I
to be
could
really
fuck
good at
with
that
a little bit of
game
Halo 1,
only
though.
because of the pistol and the fact that you could zoom in on the pistol and headshot people
literally,
with it.
it's everybody.
No, the pistol with that was like a one-hit kill.
I know. Everybody has the same opinion of you that you do on Halo 1. It's all pistols every day.
Yeah, because it's sick. That's why I'm surprised that you're not interested in playing it. Because
It just, yeah.
I mean, it does look bad.
I spent a
Everyone
lot of
has-
time on
has
Halo
huge
3.
heads in comparison to
I-
the later games.
I'll just play it for the nostalgia factor. Just
Yeah.
hanging out with Blood Gulch, killing your friends. Let's go.
Yeah,
Blood Gulch.
Blood Gulch. My gosh.
Yeah,
Valhalla and Halo 3.
Okay, all right.
yeah.
All right, enough fun.
A
Okay.
lot of sick maps.
Yeah. Dude, we can freaking play our Ulto Slayer mode. Anyways. Next topic. No Man's Sky Beyond. was announced for release during the summer. It's going to be a radical new multiplayer component being provided for No Man's Sky. It's going to be absolutely free to all players, and it's meant to expand the multiplayer capability of the game. So, I mean, that's good. Like, so far, it seems like Hello Games took the
massive L that the world handed them,
and they've
shrunk it.
They've kind of like slowly been just kind of, ticking away at the L and making the game better.
Trying to make that into a W.
Which is cool, because like most times when this type of thing happens, the studio abandons the game and either dies or moves on to something else real quick.
Yeah.
And they're like, nah, we'll try to actually do it. So
it seems like it's weird that No Man's Sky has a more of a 10-year game plan than Destiny 1 or 2 ever did. It seems like.
Or Anthem.
Yeah. Or Anthem. Fucking
Anthem.
Yeah.
So I'll be, I'll look into it when they announce like what the actual features are.
Yeah, I mean, we had a decent time with the multiplayer when we played.
We were planning on doing more multiplayer, and then we just stopped. We just didn't do it again.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
maybe one day it's on sale or something. We'll check it out, but
yeah,
that's how it goes sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
It do be like that sometimes.
So
indubitably,
this section of our stories is just to tell you, don't watch the new Sekiro trailer.
Well, I mean, you can if you want to.
If you care about medium spoilers, and when I say spoilers, I mean showing like quite a few bosses is what I didn't watch it. Matt watched it. Yeah. They showed a few bosses. They showed maybe a few things.
A couple of it looked like integral storyline bits.
Right. So the new trailer is like, it's.
Some people are upset because it shows too much, and Dark Souls should be blind.
Well,
Blind Souls.
I think just any trailer having, for a game especially like this, where it seems like there is like a moderate amount of hype around it. But any trailer, like period, should avoid telling you like that much information. I don't see the appeal in making a trailer that just like gives up the reason why people would go and play or watch a movie.
Well, yeah, this trailer definitely doesn't do that.
Okay, that's good.
But I can see if you want to go in completely, utterly blind without knowing even what some of the bosses look like, then sure, avoid it.
Right.
But if you don't really care that much and you're just like kind of like I wouldn't say casual, but like more casual fan, then watch it. It's not going to change your experience.
I would also say that it
probably...
Or
not, I don't give a shit.
I would also say that it probably won't affect you as much as if this is, as if Sekiro was part of like a series or something like that, and it's like the third, and like there's like a story you're invested in already. It's the first, it's its own property, so I think it has less of an effect too in that way.
Mm-hmm.
Last thing on the list today, Fortnite.
I mean, do you have any thoughts?
Oh yeah, do you have any thoughts with
about
Sekiro? Sorry,
Sekiro? Kind of just talked over you.
Oh no, you're fine. I was just thinking when Ghost of Tsushima is going to come out.
Right. Oh, that game looks pretty cool too.
It's not the same thing. It's just like this is one Japanese game. I know there was another one. Oh yeah, that one. Oh, when does it come out? Oh yeah. Oh, that's gonna. We'll see how it goes. Yeah, I enjoy Neo, and I imagine it's like a different game, but still to have like three Japanese samurai games come out in the same year might be.
Right.
Well, I mean, we haven't had any in like
a while. Like good samurai games. Yeah, since Tenchu, really.
Yeah.
I guess Ninja Gaiden.
Yeah, that's a ninja though.
Neo.
That's true. He's not a samurai.
Not a samurai.
Well, and Neo. Okay, you got me.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Neo.
You fucking got me. What do you want me to say?
I give up. Thinking, like, I relent.
I don't know. We'll see how it goes, I guess. But fingers crossed for all of them. Yeah,
I want to try all of them. I'm probably not going to be able to, but such as be life in 2019 in video games.
Yeah.
Fortnite. If you were playing on the Switch and you're hoping to play with your PS4 friends, ain't going to happen.
Yeah.
Just I hate to break it to you.
You can play with your mobile friends though.
But you can't play with your mobile friends. So they have removed the capability of being able to play Fortnite on Switch and actually be able to play against people on PS4 or Xbox. Instead, you're going to be up there with the iPhones and the Samsungs, and you're going to be playing with them instead. So the reasons they gave was the performance on the Switch apparently wasn't up to what they wanted to do, and which is crazy because they have them on the mobile games. So I don't really the main thing that they were talking about was the control scheme, and I was thinking about it, and it is kind of interesting because I don't know if there's any requirement on the side of a third-party developer when they're making something for this is really distracting. When they're making something for for the Switch, if they have to make the game playable on all the different peripherals that they have, or at least like, does the game have to be playable on?
I don't know
the things,
because I think if they're trying to make it for every peripheral, what the fuck is their problem with Mario Party and making you play with the fucking Joy-Cons?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, that's just a more
Or
money thing.
how they lock behind moves in Mario Odyssey,
Right.
with the motion controllers.
Mm-hmm.
So they're trying to make Fortnite work with all the peripherals.
Well, that's the thing. Is
Fuck that shit.
yeah, like one
I'm
of the
like
reasons,
Reggie. I'm about to leave.
one of the reasons why they said that they decided to put them in with just the mobile instead of Xbox or PS4 was because the control scheme made it to where they're at a disadvantage. And if I was developing the game, I'd just be like, well, in order to make it up with all the other consoles, I would just make it work with just the controllers. But I guess you don't want to limit, all the people. Not everyone has one of the Pro controllers or anything like that. So I guess a large majority of casual players are just going to have the Joy-Cons. But it just makes you think: did they make the decision, or does Nintendo require people to make everything playable on the Joy-Cons if it's going to be on their system? Yeah,
I don't know.
it's just like, oh, I
Just
wonder.
weird Nintendo decisions, I suppose.
Yeah.
And epic decisions.
But so yeah,
Who knows what they're
apparently
thinking.
it was playable for a while, and it's no longer the case.
It'll probably come back.
Maybe. Or
When
you
all the Switch
forever stuck
players
to,
grind and they get really good.
or you forever
Playing
stuck
against
to
the
play.
mobile people.
God damn it, you guys. I was gonna make a joke too, but I got interrupted twice. It's fine. I don't
Sorry.
even care. No, it's cool, man. It's
Go
fine.
ahead.
It's not even a good joke now. Who gives a shit? Fucking
No, you gotta say your joke, dude.
It's like you're gonna be playing with your nephews and nieces all the time because they only use the fucking phones. Okay, fucking
Nice.
God. Yeah, whatever.
Oh,
Wow,
That was a good one, dude.
That was a good one.
Yeah, thanks. Great. I'm
Sorry,
gonna kill
dude.
myself now. No, it's fine. I'm just gonna end my life.
No, but for real.
so that about does it for all of our.
You have to talk louder than
topics.
us.
Yeah, you just gotta talk over us, dude. Just fuck it.
That's great for me to edit halfway later on. It's just loud peaks of volume. Great.
Hey!
So you're gonna have to
Yeah. So do you gotta play with your
Oh, so now you're gonna make more work for me to do on top of interrupting my jokes. I see.
We were trying to make it a
Yeah,
little better. I
a
mean,
little bit
yeah, I
better.
think you ended up yelling in the
Now
mic.
you just
but
end up.
fine.
It's fine. It's great. I don't even.
Do we have any question of the day or anything like that? Is there anything?
No, fuck it. Whatever. Who cares? God.
Sorry, Fizzcake.
No, it's fine. Actually, it's good. But I won't be available next week. So are we not doing one next week, or are we? What are
Do
we
we want
doing?
to try to get somebody on, or?
Because are you
'Cause-
going to be back for the next one, right?
I'll be. So basically, I won't be able to do this coming week, and I won't be able to do like 2 weeks from now.
So you're going to be off and then on, then off again.
Yeah. So either you can, because of future plans, you'll have to either cancel this one or the one after, whichever one you want to do.
Yeah, okay. Well, we'll cancel this upcoming one.
All right.
And then, yeah, okay. It'll line up a little bit easier.
Perfect. All right.
Okay.
So yeah, no podcast next week. I'm going to Colorado to hang out with a friend for a weekend.
Cool.
Let's
Tony
go.
Blaze it.
All the time, baby.
Cocaine.
Yeah.
And now
the
you can
cocaine-
never
well,
be in a Japanese game.
Fuck. God damn it. My one dream in life.
Oui, nani.
God damn it, Pierre. Pierre Taka, you fucked us over again.
That's
Son of a
funny.
bitch.
All right. So Fizzcake, why don't you tell people where they can find you and what you're doing?
You can find me on a little bit of everything on YouTube. I'm the Fist Cake. You can find me playing games. This week, since all the games are coming out, and I already have not even finished my Resident Evil 2 series, we're releasing 4 videos Monday through Friday, 12 at noon, 2 p.m., 4 p.m., and 6 p.m. Basically, varying up with Devil May Cry and Resident Evil 2. And some JoJo's and some playing of Binding of Isaac with Eevee.
Sick.
On Twitch, I'll be playing Borderlands 2 on Tuesday with Kelly from Super Hopped Up. Wednesday will be Warframe Wednesdays, I think, with Kelly from Super Hopped Up again, maybe somebody else. And, of course, Into the Veil with you two, playing more Condemned Voltron Origins or whatever gameplay scheme.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah. Just Voltron all
We
of them.
should give you something to do too, Fistcake.
Yeah. I don't know what, but we're doing it over Parsec anyways.
Well, you know how well Parsec runs for me anyway. So.
Oh, I think it's only when you're doing the
When you're the
streaming bit,
host.
like
and streaming.
when you get it from us, is it choppy and shitty?
No, it just still has a weird audio where it only plays like certain sounds for me, but
Yeah,
I
wish
just-
they would fix their fucking free shit. We
fucking
use.
assholes. But then Thursday, Titanfall 2 Thursdays. I might have somebody play. I don't know. I'm still looking for people for that. I only have a pool of like 3,000 people in the entire world, so it's gonna be a little rough. And then that evening, more Dead Island with Coulter from Rogue Rage Gaming. If you like,
Which is actually quite entertaining.
yeah, it's we have some good times. You know, some good times. Friday should be fighting games. We'll actually practice this week, and well, actually, I think this. Hold on. Maybe. Yeah, we'll see, because I'll be leaving the next day to fucking got a flight at 5:45 in the morning, so I'm just gonna hate my life. But and I'm also on Twitter. I tweet stuff sometimes. I get tweeted at, you know, all that hot stuff. Where can people find you two at?
Yes, so you can find us at, well, on YouTube and on Twitch. It's the same place. It's Neanderthal Gaming TV. If you're searching us on YouTube, make sure it doesn't auto-do you to Neanderthal space gaming space TV, because it does that shit all the time to me. But you can literally do youtube.com/Neanderthal Gaming TV and find us there. On Twitter, we're at Neanderthal GTV. And as far as stuff coming out, we are, of course, Into the Veil, Melee, Smash Ultimate, and I'm trying to do some edits of Matt's Hades playthrough, our Forest games, as well as Stardew Valley. I'm just trying to find the time to really do it. But because I realized when we did the Minecraft stuff that there are too many moments. Well, like, there's a lot of great moments, but in between the great moments, there's the requisite I have to go and just dig shit for 20 minutes. You know, so I want to try to avoid that. If we're going to be putting stuff on YouTube, might as well try to at least make it, you know, depending on the game, it's better or worse. So
Yeah.
but for those types of games especially. As far as content complete specific information goes, you can catch us on Twitter. It's still at ConComcast, right?
Twitter's at ConComcast, yeah.
Yeah. And then on Twitch, it's Content Complete. You can also send us ideas and suggestions to contentcompletecast@gmail.com. The podcast goes live at 3 p.m. Pacific time on Sundays. All episodes are available on YouTube, and the audio-only version will be available on your favorite podcasting app. Both are released on Mondays, so we stream on Sundays.
folks,
Both are released on Mondays. We stream on Sundays, and then the very next day, 8 a.m., bright early in the morning, you're going to get your podcast, no matter where you are. It's a done deal. Yeah, anything else you guys want to say?
You know, don't do cocaine in Japan.
Oh boy! And remember, you can go to the Halo thing and sign up for their thing for the new Master Chief Collection.
Wait, what?
be an insider.
To be an insider, so you should go do
That's
that.
what I'm doing that right now.
Wait, what? Send me the
You
fucking
can-
what? What?
You can sign up to be a dude in a tester.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you
Send
can
me
link
that
to your
link.
Steam account and everything.
Yeah, I
So anybody who's listening, you should check that out. But yeah, thanks everyone so much for hanging out and for enjoying our podcast, and we'll see everyone next time.
Peace.
Bye.